Guys, it's Fonzie with DipYourCar.com. What we're doing today is we're releasing the True Metallics in gallons. You've gotten comfortable with the True Metallics, the aluminum, the vintage gold, and the anthracite gray in the aerosol form over the past couple of months since they've been released. Today we're going to be using them in gallons. We're going to show you the vintage gold over the Dip Your Car A4. I'm extremely excited to get this video out there and start putting out the True Metallics. Think about all the things we can do with them. Not only do you have the matte True Metallic, which is kind of a metallic sheen, we can gloss over them, we can mix them with tints, mix them with other colors. The possibilities are endless. Super excited to get this trend going. Fonzie from Dip Your Car, enjoy the video. Guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about the coverage with the True Metallic gallons. Now, what we're doing today is we're just doing straight vintage gold over the stock black paint on the A4. The coverage on the True Metallic gallons, just like it is in the aerosol cans, is very, very strong. It does not require a base coat at all. Today we're doing it over the stock paint. In the next couple videos, we'll show you the coverage over some existing Plasti Dip. So you may keep in mind moving forward to make it the most cost effective. If you're going to be doing your car in a True Metallic gallon project, you may want to think about grabbing a couple gallons of gunmetal gray to use as a base, so that if you're going to use 4 gallons of Plasti Dip in your project, you can make at least 2 of those gallons gunmetal gray before you start using the True Metallics. All right, guys, a lot of you guys ask why we never dip the roof on our demo cars when we do videos. It actually goes right into why we mask the headlights and taillights and stuff as well as the windows. We do 2 or 3 cars a week. When you do 2 or 3 cars a week and you mask off things like the windows and the roof, at the end of the day, you're saving a lot of dip, considering we dip all year long. So on this video, we are going to show you how to do the roof. There's a couple different techniques that you need to keep in mind when you're dipping the roof of the car in order to, 1, avoid texture, and 2, make sure that you don't get any striping. Now, a lot of people think that you would start in the middle of the roof, bring it back this way, and then go around the car and do the other half. But what we found is the middle, the first passes that you make will start to dry, and by the time you get back to the other side, you start laying wet dip over dry dip, and you can end up with some streaking, kind of like a mohawk effect right down the middle of the car. So what we like to do, and I'll show you this on this dip, is every time we do a coat, the first thing we do is a coat on the roof, and then we work around the rest of the car. And I'll start right on the edge here. I'll do my 50% overlays, and I'll get my passes to right about the center of the roof, and then I'll walk around to the other side of the car, connect it, and then bring it back to the other edge. It's the same technique and principle as the hood. You start on one edge, go all the way across so you can't reach anymore, and then bring it back across the other side. That'll make sure that you don't get any striping. Now, as far as texture is concerned, you have to keep the spray gun pointed at a 90-degree angle straight down to the roof. If you're too short or the car is too tall, and you're spraying the center of the roof at an angle, you're going to end up with some texture there. So if you can't get up and make sure that you get a 90-degree down, stand on something safe so that you don't fall, but stand on something so you have enough elevation and height to get straight down. Now, this car has a sunroof. There are cars with sunroofs that you can dip right over and then peel the whole thing off in a panel. But what I'll show you in a second is the rubber seal on this sunroof actually touches and makes contact with the edge of the paint of the car. So we don't want to let the dip dry there, or else when we go to peel the sunroof off, it's going to ruin the dip around the roof. So we'll bring the camera in, I'll show you exactly how I'm going to mask this. Okay, so this edge right here, this rubber seal is touching the edge of the car, and if we let all 4 or 5 coats dry like that, when we go to peel the sunroof, we're going to end up ruining that edge. Now, you don't have to mask the entire sunroof. You can if you want to, especially if you want to conserve on dip. That's a big surface area that you're going to end up peeling. But the most important thing is to take some masking tape or some painter's tape and just mimic the edge of where the rubber seal meets the car all the way around the sunroof. You can do it in small pieces if you want. Don't try and do it in too big of pieces, because what will happen is it'll start to kind of crinkle up and then you won't get a clean line. But follow this all the way around the sunroof, and then what you'll see us do, and one of the most important things here, is to peel this edge of the tape while the last coat is still wet. That's very critical, because if you let Plasti Dip dry, as a lot of you guys know, and then you try to peel the tape up, the dry Plasti Dip over the tape is just going to tear. So while the last coat is still wet, we're actually going to peel this tape, and we're going to create that nice clean line all the way around the sunroof. Guys, behind me we have the Vintage Gold DYC A4. Now the stuff covers so well. We got almost full coverage after 2 coats. Now we went up to 4 coats, obviously because we want it to be peelable. It's not a daily driven car. If it was a daily driven car, we'd probably go up to 5 or even 6. So you'd be looking at 5 or 6 coats of Vintage Gold, or about 4 coats of gunmetal gray as a base coat, and then 2 or 3 coats of Vintage Gold on top. Now this is just as it is, matte, straight Vintage Gold. It's got a beautiful metallic sheen to it. You're going to see a video coming in the future, not only for the anthracite and the aluminum of the true metallics, but you'll see the Vintage Gold glossed as well. And then we'll move all the way down the line with mixing different color tints into the true metallics. It's going to get totally crazy, so I'll let the camera go around. The Vintage Gold, as well as the aluminum and the anthracite gallons, as well as any true metallic Plasti Dip, is only and exclusively available at DipYourCar.com, as well as the Pro Car Kit. You can find everything else there. If you have any questions, customer service at DipYourCar. It's Fonzie. I'll see you in the next video.